Welcome back to Elevated Taste. I'm your host, Chef AD. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who liked the first video and subscribed to the channel. Secondly, I want to thank my family for their undying love and support. And thirdly, I want to thank my kids, Zach and Caleb. Without y'all, none of this is possible. Let's get to the video. Valentine's Day is approaching, which requires something special, something comforting yet elegant, warm yet refreshing. Today, we're crafting a dish that embodies the season. Let's get elevated.
We've been in the kitchen, got the flame so high, chopping up the veggies, stirring the pot, seasoning with lime and a pinch of spice, cooking up a storm, wanna make it nice, stir fry,
Welcome
saute,
to Elevated Taste.
dealing with finesse, gonna make you taste.
Valentine's Day is approaching, so instead of going to your favorite restaurants dealing with ignored customer service, why don't we just bring a dish to your table and surprise your spouse at the same time? Today, I'm going to show you how to make a citrus-glazed salmon with a parsnip puree, roasted Brussels sprouts, and a pomegranate reduction that's going to elevate your taste. Let's get started with the salmon. First, we're going to marinate the salmon with olive oil, smoked paprika, sea salt, black pepper, and orange zest. Wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Now that the salmon is out the way, we can start by peeling the parsnips. Parsnips are my favorite during the winter months. To me, it's a winter's gem. It adds depth to any dish because it's sweet, nutty, and earthy at the same time. Now that it's cleaned up, we're going to slice it and give a rough chop. After that, then we're going to put it in a salted water for about 15 minutes until fork tender. Now that the parsnips are done, we are going to drain them. Now on the side, I had a half a cup of cream, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I kept that warm until ready to use. Now we're going to put them in the blender, and with your warm cream and butter, we are going to blend until smooth. Now if it's still too thick, add a little bit more cream to smooth it on out. Moving on to the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts brings texture and a slight bitterness to balance the richness of the salmon. In this video, I took 1/4 pound of Brussels sprouts, cut them in half, and trimmed off any dead leaves I seen. Now that it's cut and clean, I'm gonna add it to a bowl. We're gonna start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes, and salt and pepper to taste. Transfer them to the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes until caramelized and crisp. While the Brussels sprouts are in the oven, we're moving on to the pomegranate reduction. In this video, I made my own pomegranate juice. I took a pomegranate, cut it in half, de-seeded it, put it in the blender with a little bit of water, and then we're going to strain it. Now that they're clean, I've took some out for garnishing. Now that the pomegranate juice is done, we're going to add 2 cups of pomegranate juice, a half a cup of orange juice, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of honey, and we're going to let this reduce until it is thick and glossy. This will give us a tangy, jewel-like glaze. At this point, our salmon is done marinating. So I took it out the refrigerator, placed it on the counter, and I allowed it to reach room temperature. Now, while it is reaching room temperature, we're going to start with our citrus glaze. I took 1 orange that I zested earlier, so we're going to finish zesting that. Then we're going to squeeze the orange. Then we're going to add 3 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 3 teaspoons of honey, and 3 teaspoons of soy sauce. And we're going to whisk that together until fully incorporated. You know what time it is? It's time to sear the salmon. Place the salmon flesh side down. Let it sear for 2 minutes unbothered. After getting a good sear on the salmon, we are going to flip the salmon and begin to glaze it. After we glaze it, we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 7 minutes. Now that the salmon is done, now it's time for my favorite part, the plating process. All right, let's get elevated. First, we're going to take our parsnip puree and center it in the middle of the plate. Smooth it out with the back of a spoon. Now, lay the salmon on the side of it. Add the roasted Brussels sprouts on the side of the salmon. And then we are going to take our pomegranate reduction and circle the whole presentation. And to finish it all off, add the pomegranates for garnishing. And there you have it, family. A citrus glazed salmon, roasted Brussels sprouts, parsnips puree, and a pomegranate reduction to impress your spouse on Valentine's Day. Thank you for tuning in, and remember to subscribe to Elevated Taste. I'm your host, Chef AD. See you next time. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see what I got coming up next.